If there was a definition of a crushing loss, that would be today. Wisconsin Badgers, they fell short 86-75 to the Penn State Nittany Lions. The stage was set for them. It was senior day, recognizing their 6 seniors, players that have meant a lot to the program regardless of the time that they've been here. And it was a day with a lot of implications. Wisconsin, if they had won, they would have been a top 4 seed for sure in the Big Ten tournament. They also would have increased their chances of playing in Milwaukee in the first and second round of the NCAA tournament. Now, those 2 hopes are out of their hands. The Wisconsin Badgers, they had a huge chance here on Saturday because Purdue, they lost to Illinois, clearing the way for Wisconsin to control their fate this weekend, but unfortunately, they fell short in the second half. Let's break it down. Well, as you guys know, the Wisconsin Badgers started off with a very, very hot start, 18-5 in the first half. A lot of threes going down over the first 8 minutes. Wisconsin had 6 threes, and 26 total points in the first 8 minutes. Just an offensive onslaught as they were shooting the lights out of the ball. Really, it felt like they were due for a performance like that after the last few shooting days where they haven't really hit the threes that much, been in the 25-22% range when it comes to their three-point shooting. And so it was a really good sight to see. But from there, things started to crumble. Penn State started to slowly cut back into the lead. They were beating players off the ball, getting just straight dribble drive layups. They were also getting to the post well, setting their big man up with nice deep post touches where it was just a quick touch off the glass for a couple of buckets. And that really is what set the tone for Penn State. Wisconsin starts to go ice cold from 3. Penn State starts to score back. They go on an 8-0 run over the final few minutes of the first half, and suddenly that double-digit lead is down to 5 points, 40-35 at the end of the first half. That meant Wisconsin really needed to set the tone to start the second half, and that didn't happen. The Badgers, they struggle to start the second half. Penn State comes back. They tie the game up at 45 apiece, and then they ultimately take the lead. They go on a really, really strong 23-7 run, stemming back to that end of the first half to take a 51-47 lead. And the lead teetered for a little bit, in the second half. Wisconsin-Penn State. But ultimately, the Nittany Lions, they started to close things down after a couple of threes from John Blackwell. DeMarco Dunn was the leader. He had a couple of threes, a really strong performance with 18 points here on Saturday. And Penn State, after having a 72-67 lead, started to run away with things. They ended up with a double-digit victory here over the Badgers, and it's a surprise. Penn State was 5-14 in Big Ten play coming into the day, and they get their biggest win of the season. The Badgers have their worst loss of the season, and now a lot of things are up to fate. It's unclear where the Badgers kind of stand in the Big Ten race. They are going to need a couple of things to go their way. To potentially, all hope is not lost, but they're going to need Maryland to win and UCLA to lose tonight for that top 4 seed. That's unlikely to happen. It seems like they're going to be playing on Thursday in the Big Ten tournament, and then when it comes to the NCAA tournament, you're hoping you can play in Milwaukee, but this loss will probably put a little bit of a damper in those hopes. Nonetheless, lots to look forward to next week. The Badgers will play in the Big Ten tournament. NCAA is right after that. Stay tuned for all the coverage. We got you covered here on Buckets with the Quarter, and we'll see you next time.